So I first met Liberty Mutual at the consortium conference during the summer leading into my first semester of business school.
The first conference I met Liberty at was a conference called MBA Vets. It's a conference held for veterans pursuing their MBA.
So I first heard about the program at Liberty from a fellow classmate in the second year cohort.
The first national conference I got exposed to Liberty Mutual was at the Reaching Out MBA conference.
I was primarily drawn to Liberty Mutual because of the style of the CDP program. I'm also someone who just really, in general, values professional and personal development, and Liberty really promotes an environment full of growth and opportunity.
I was attracted to Liberty Mutual for 3 reasons. One, for its commitment to diversity. I heard really good things about Liberty Mutual through its MBA Rise program. 2, its openness to people who don't have a background in insurance. They were really open to training me and guiding me through learning more about the industry, and while giving me the opportunity to add value through what I've learned at business school. And then 3, this program has been around for nearly 20 years, and it shows. Everything was well executed, and it adapted to COVID-19 situations.
I've done a deep dive into one of our largest vendors on the claim side, and I think my project in particular really has a little bit of everything you want coming out of business school. Outside my project, I've also really enjoyed networking within the firm and learning more about the different ways we continue to innovate in the insurance space.
My internship experience was amazing. I was assigned to an international SaaS implementation project, and so I was able to get a lot of exposure with executives around the world, as well as work on an impactful initiative where we're helping the company become more dynamic.
My favorite aspect of Liberty's culture is the fact that it's just not words on a wall or a piece of paper. David Long, the CEO, met with all the MBA interns, and we were discussing the go back to work from COVID. And he mentioned one of his biggest concerns is the education systems. And I think for the CEO of a Fortune 100 company to have at the top of his mind the schooling of his employees' children's and their welfare, I think that speaks a lot for the culture from the lowest levels to the highest.
So my favorite aspect of Liberty's culture is the emphasis on bringing your authentic self to work every day. Feeling comfortable in your own skin at the workplace can be really difficult, but Liberty truly fostered an inviting and inclusive environment that really enabled me to just be myself.
So this summer, I've been supported in a variety of ways. When I first started at the company, Leader, which is one of our ERG groups at the firm, helped really make me feel welcome. They helped organize 2 town halls that we had with senior leadership, and that was just really an open space to discuss some of the issues that we were facing as a country. I've also had my manager constantly give me feedback on my work, and I think that's really been helpful for me to grow in a short period of time. And I've also gotten good support from my intern buddy, as well as alumni of the CDP program.
Liberty Mutual supported me this summer through grad campus recruiting, who held many virtual online events, as well as my manager assigning me a mentor within Helmsman. As my internship went on, I began connecting with more individuals, and everyone I met seemed to become either a new mentor or just a new point of contact I could use for advice and guidance.
My favorite part of the summer, I definitely would say it's the virtual speaker series. So obviously, being in the current climate that we're in, working virtually, I think was a way to really get some more human interaction.
My favorite part of the summer, I would have to say, it was my project. Not necessarily the workload that came with it, but the opportunities that opened for me. The nature of being a cyber project opened up doors to connect to individuals across the organization?
I had two favorite parts of the summer. I just couldn't pick one. The first was being part of an agile release train. So my background prior to business school and prior to Liberty was in a totally different industry. I had zero exposure to insurance or product owners or scrum masters or the agile methodology. And this was a totally new way of thinking and working, and just truly pushed me out of my comfort zone. I felt really challenged, and now I can say after my internship experience, I'm walking away with a new skill set. The second, favorite part of the summer was the MBA Ask Me Anything series. So these were sessions where, an executive in different roles within the organization would, sit down on Zoom or MS Teams and present their journey at Liberty, how they started their career and how they got to where they are now.
My favorite part of the summer was this baking event with Joanne Chang. She is this amazing, well-known businesswoman and baker in the Boston area, and Liberty Mutual got her as the end of the internship celebration.